Imagine this. You walk into your first day of a college class as a tech major, excited because this is computer science. You know tech is the future. You see people building apps, AI, self-driving cars. 4 years from now, this major could launch you into one of the most exciting in-demand careers out there. But by week two, you already feel like you're falling behind. You don't even know what questions to ask because you are not even sure what's supposed to be happening. This was me in my first semester of CS. And this wasn't like other classes. In most subjects, you attend lectures, read the textbook, answer some questions, and you're good to go if you get 70 to 80% of it. But in computer science, the code either works or it doesn't. If you miss one concept, you can't fake it, you hit a wall. And the worst part, the way CS is taught often doesn't match how it's learned. For me, the lectures felt disconnected from the code. The code felt disconnected from the real world, and none of it felt connected to the career I wanted. That stuck with me. So I started a project, not just as a CS student, but as someone who wanted to design better learning. I interviewed 12 freshmen at NYU going through the same thing, and one professor who teaches Intro to CS. What I heard was students weren't struggling because they weren't capable, they weren't struggling because the system didn't meet them where they were.
I wish it was a little bit more collaborative. It's more like I'm going to speak to you for the next 2 hours. You have to soak it up, and then it's up to you to apply it.
We can't compare it to say maths or science subjects. It's you really have to learn it by doing, and that's tough.
It's a little hard.
I wish it was a little bit more like we're going to work on this together.
From my research, I distilled four major student needs. First, personalization, because students aren't one size fits all. Real life relatability, so coding doesn't feel like solving abstract puzzles in a vacuum. Clear end goals to connect what students do now with where they want to go. And active engagement, because watching isn't the same as learning. And those four needs became the foundation of CodeCraft, a personalized platform to help CS students not just learn computer science, but belong in it. Let's go over a quick walkthrough of CodeCraft. So I'll click on the student view and I'll join a class. And then I can start the course that I want to. Here you can see that I'm continuing with the current course. I can see my mastery level here. I can see the table of contents for this course. I want to study loops. So I'll click on loops and then I want to study the subtopic while loop. I'll click on it. And here I can see that my mastery level for that particular topic, in this case loops, I can use these buttons to pick up from where I left off, whether in assessments or in refresher content. Here are the learning objectives for this particular topic. I want to solve questions for this learning objective. So here I can see the assessment and I can begin the assessment. I can solve all of these questions. Using AI, CodeCraft adapts the difficulty of questions based on each student's current skill level. Instead of fixed tests, it estimates where you're struggling based on your past attempts, error patterns, and retry history, and then gently adjusts your next steps to stay in that just right learning zone. It provides me feedback for my responses in the following structure. So identification of the error, explanation of the error, and then it points me to refresher content for me to review so I can study this particular area where I made an error in using content that is tailored just for my mastery level. Students will receive personalized feedback on their coding mistakes using a hybrid system. So a rule-based feedback for predictable errors and AI-powered feedback for more nuanced, logic-based issues. So I can access refresher content directly from here. From here, I can provide feedback on the question directly to the professor or instructor, or I can express my thoughts in the discussion forum and hear what my peers have to say about this topic, reinforcing active learning. I can also express my thoughts in the reflection space with all of these cool prompts to choose from. I can also access the Debug My Life feature to solve a real life problem. And to sum all of this together, I can view my progress in this growth tracker to my desired career, and this guides me in exactly the direction I need to achieve my goal in the best possible way, all tailored for me. Here is how CodeCraft brings each of the design goals to life. These features are grounded in learning theories. So, constructivism shapes the interactive, discussion based learning and self reflection. Mastery learning informs the adaptive question flow and progress tracking. And the zone of proximal development guides how AI adjusts difficulty to keep students challenged but supported, all keeping the learner at the center of the experience. So, CodeCraft is a personalized, mastery based CS learning platform that connects what you're learning to where you want to go. It helps students learn smarter, not harder, and feel like they belong in the world of tech from day one. In the long run, I hope CodeCraft can help make CS education more inclusive, motivating, and real for learners everywhere.
Thank you so much for listening. I'd love to chat more. You can visit my demo station or reach out at my email for questions, comments, or ideas.